A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We meet again today, and today we will talk about validity and reliability. This is very important issues for the quantitative research. When you like to design an instrument, the instrument must have validity and reliability. Validity and reliability refers to the goodness. So the goodness of instrument will be to valid and reliable. Now let us talk about what is validity. Validity is certain characteristic of instrument that shows that the instrument can measure what's supposed to be measured. I'll give you example here. You can read the first example if you like to test the grammar. So the instrument will test the grammar. The first example is she will blah 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 the conference next month with the multiple choice A, B, C, D. And the next one, the second one, the research, the instrument says that from the scratch it's closest in meaning to blah blah blah. Which one of the two is to test the grammar? Of course, the answer is number one, because the will blah 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 is a grammatical structure. It tests the knowledge of the student about future tense. Well, the second one is not about that one. It's not about grammar. It is about vocabulary. And if you use the second one to test the grammar, of course, this one is not valid because it's not measure what is supposed to be measured. It's supposed to measure the grammar, but it measures vocabulary. It means that this one is not valid. So again, validity is measure what is supposed to be measured. And if you test the grammar, for sure, this one is number one is testing the grammar. So number one is the valid. And number second is not valid one. This is validity. And then we talk about the validity. There are many types of validity. Not too many, 3 at least. The first one is content validity, criterion validity, and construct validity. And we'd like to talk about content. So the content is the content validity refers that the instrument refers to the ability of the instrument of a test to assess intended content domain. Again, for instance, if you having the test, the instrument to test the grammar. So the content should be testing the grammar. What I have shown you just now, the example is having a content validity, number one. Number two is not having content validity because it is not measuring, not assessing the content, the domain that being assessed. Then the second one is about the criterion validity. What does criterion validity mean? It means that the instrument measure the subject based on certain criteria. What is the criteria? And then you have to match the instrument to measure the criteria. For instance, if you like to measure personality type, and then there are 2 criteria. The first criteria is the introvert and extrovert. This one, the criteria is certain. So it's certain criteria. You understand the criteria. If you have the criteria for sure, and then if the instrument match to measure the criteria, to have the criteria, so they're having criteria or criterion validity. And then the last one about the construct validity. Construct validity is the ability the instrument to assess hypothetical construct. For instance, you like to the hypothetical construct for what is the instrument. For instance, if you like to measure the motivation, you have to motivation, and the motivation contain to construct. The first construct is for intrinsic, extrinsic. So your instrument, if having construct validity, it must measure the internal and external. internal motivation and external motivation. If your instrument of measuring the motivation just contain of number of questions to measure the internal one, does not contain the external, it means that your instrument has no criteria construct validity. Now we like to talk about the second goodness of instrument. In order to be good, the instrument must be reliable. What is reliable? Reliable is the consistency of the measurement. What does it mean? It means that if you have a reliable test or reliable instrument, the instrument can generate comparable result when the test or when tested in different time and different test taker. You have instrument and then you are using this one maybe now in January and then February and then March, different time. The result is still consistent result. The result produced is still consistent. Or you would like to test different student from UMY, student from Indonesia, from Malaysia, from let's say all Asian countries, Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, or Philippines. Then the test is still produce a result that is comparable. So this, if you have such kind of test, and that kind of test, that kind of instrument is reliable. So this is the requirement that you have to have in constructing instrument: validity and reliability. I think that's all. Thank you for your kind attention, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.